So before I start, I wish to congratulate each of you, first on having secured your place in NIT Hamirpur, and second for having the good sense of choose to study in the NIT Hamirpur. The NIT Hamirpur puts the student at the center of everything it does. Your experience here and your success is very important to each and every member of staff who works here. Your admission at NIT Hamirpur marks a new chapter in the story of your life. But this chapter is a bit different. The preceding chapters were largely written by others, your parents, families, teachers, and the like. Now you will be the principal author of the next chapter. You have the opportunity to determine the direction, the plot, and tempo of your story. You will have the opportunity to learn new things, acquire new knowledge, develop new skills, and enhance your personal attributes in profound ways that will equip for life. So I wish you every success at NIT Hamirpur, and I am confident that you will find it an immensely rewarding experience. So before I start, let me introduce myself. Myself Dr. Sunil, and I am working here as Professor of Mathematics in the Department of Mathematics and Scientific Computing, National Institute of Technology, Hamirpur. So today I am going to start this engineering mathematics first topic. So I will teach engineering mathematics 1, and the syllabus of this engineering mathematics, we have 5 units. Unit 1 is matrix algebra, second unit is differential calculus, third unit is integral calculus, fourth unit is vector calculus, and last unit is Fourier series. So all these fundamental topics are very, very important role in engineering mathematics. So we have few reference books. First one is Advanced Engineering Mathematics by Erwin Krejcik, publishing by John Wiley and Sons. This book is very good. One more book we have, Higher Engineering Mathematics by B.S. Grewal, publishing by Khanna Publishers. For practice, this book is also very good. Third one is Higher Engineering Mathematics by B.V. Ramana, publishing by Tata McGraw-Hill. For practice, for reference, this book is also very good. Fourth one is a text book of applied mathematics by Bindra and Gill. And apart from these 3-4 books, we have Advanced Engineering Mathematics by Jan and Younger. Next, Advanced Engineering Mathematics by Wiley and Barrett. Differential and Integral Calculus by Piskunov, and this publication by Meyer Publications. And last one is a textbook of engineering mathematics by Bali and Goel. So most of out of these books are reference books. So you can purchase Advanced Engineering Mathematics, even this Ramana and this Higher Engineering Mathematics by Ramana. B.S. Grewal book is also very good. Okay. So today we will start Fourier series. So in this topic we will discuss what are the importances of this series, how can we define this Fourier series, and Euler's formula. So Fourier was a French mathematician and physicist, best known for initiating the investigation of Fourier series and their application to problems of heat transfer. The Fourier transform and Fourier law are also named in his honor. Fourier is also generally credited with the discovery of greenhouse effect. Fourier series introduced in 1807 by Fourier after works by Euler and Bernoulli was one of the most important developments in applied mathematics. And this type of series is an infinite series representation of periodic function in terms of the trigonometric sine and cosine functions. So, this Fourier series has many applications in communication engineering, in electrical engineering, vibration analysis, acoustics, optics, signal processing, image processing, quantum mechanics, and econometrics. Fourier series is also very useful in the study of heat conduction, mechanics, concentration of chemicals and pollutants, electrostatics, and CAT scan, computer assisted tomography medical technology that uses X-rays and computers to produce three-dimensional images of the human body. And this series is very powerful method to solve ordinary and partial differential equations, particularly with periodic functions appearing as non-homogeneous terms. So, let us define what is Fourier series. So, most of the single valued functions which occur in many physical and engineering problems. So, most of the single valued function, not multi-valued function. We cannot develop a Fourier series of multi-valued function, but most of the single valued functions which occur in many physical and engineering problems can be expressed in the form a0 over 2 plus a1 cos x plus a2 cos 2x plus and so on up to infinity, plus sine terms b1 sin x plus b2 sin 2x plus and so on up to infinity within a desired range of values of the variable. Here x is variable. So, desired range of values of the variables, it may be 0 to 2 pi, desired range is maybe 0 to 2 pi, minus pi to plus pi, 0 to 2c, like this. So, within that range we can develop a Fourier series of the given function. Then such a series is known as Fourier series. And the individual terms in Fourier series are known as harmonics, like a1 cos x plus b1 sin x. These two terms combined, a1 cos x plus b1 sin x, that one is first harmonic. a2 cos 2x plus b2 sin 2x, that one is the second harmonic, like this. So, individual terms in the Fourier series are known as harmonics. So, in this whole chapter we have 5-6 lectures. So, next time we will discuss conditions for a Fourier expansion, and those conditions are known as Dirichlet conditions. Then functions having points of discontinuity. So, if we have a function having points of discontinuity, even then we can develop a Fourier series. Then change of interval. So, when we have interval 0 to 2c, then how can we develop a Fourier series? Expansion of even and odd functions. Then half range series, then typical waveforms and Parseval's formula. So, this typical waveforms, this topic is very important for communication engineering, and last one is practical harmonic analysis. Next topic is Euler's formula. How can we develop Euler's formula? If we have given this type of Fourier series, then derive these formulas, and these formulas are known as Euler's formula. So, the Fourier series for the function f(x) in the interval alpha less than x less than alpha plus 2 pi. So, within this interval, within this range alpha to alpha plus 2 pi. The Fourier series is given by fx is equal to a naught over 2 plus summation a n cos nx, n varies from 1 to infinity, plus summation n 1 to infinity b n sin nx. Then you have to prove that the value of a naught is 1 over pi integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi fx dx. A n is 1 over pi integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi fx cos nx dx. Bn is 1 over pi integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi fx sin nx dx. So, we have to develop these formulae. So, these formulae of A naught, A n, B n are known as Euler's formulae or Fourier-Euler's formulae. Here first term is A naught over 2. Okay. We can write simple A naught, but we represent here A naught over 2. Reason is to obtain symmetrical formulae of A naught, A n, B n. We use here A naught over 2. So, for getting more symmetrical formulae for the coefficients, we write A naught over 2 instead of A naught. So, let us derive these three formulae if Fourier series is given by like this way. So, to establish these three formulae, the following different integrals will be required. So, to establish these formulae, the following different integrals will be required. So, first one is integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi cos nx dx, which is equal to sin nx over n and limits alpha to alpha plus 2 pi, which is equal to 0, provided n is not equal to 0. Similarly, integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi sin nx dx, this result is equal to minus cos nx over n alpha to alpha plus 2 pi is equal to 0, provided n is not equal to 0. Third one is integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi cos mx cos nx dx. So, after evaluating this integral, we obtain 0, provided m is not equal to n. So, when m is equal to n, it becomes cos square nx dx. So, integral cos square nx dx alpha to alpha plus 2 pi integral is equal to, when you evaluate this integral, you will get pi, provided n is not equal to 0. So, out of these four integral values, first is 0, second is 0, third one is 0, but fourth one is pi. Similarly, we have four more different integrals. Integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi sin mx cos nx dx. When you calculate this integral, we obtain 0, provided m is not equal to n. Similarly, integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi sin nx cos nx dx, this result is also equal to 0, where n is not equal to 0. Seventh, integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi sin mx sin nx dx, this result is also equal to 0, provided m is not equal to n. But when m is equal to n, it becomes sin square nx. So, last formula, integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi sin square nx dx, sin square nx dx is equal to, after solving this integral, we obtain pi, provided n is not equal to 0. So, during the process of evaluating Euler's formula, we need all these 8 integral values. So, let us solve, let us develop the required Euler's formula. So, let fx be represented in the interval. Let us consider, let us suppose fx be represented in the interval alpha to alpha plus 2 pi by Fourier series. Fx is equal to a naught over 2 plus summation a n cos nx plus summation b n sin nx. So, let us represent this expression 1. So, let fx be represented by this Fourier series. So, purpose is to evaluate a naught, a n and b n. So, in finding the coefficients a naught, a n, b n, we assume that the series on the right hand side of 1, this series, the series on the right side of 1 is uniformly convergent within this range, uniformly convergent for alpha less than x less than alpha plus 2 pi, and it can be integrated term by term in the given interval. So, here important point is we assume the given series on the right side is uniformly convergent within this period, and when this one is a uniformly convergent, then it can be integrated term by term in the given integral. So, let us determine the coefficient A naught. So, integrate both sides of 1 with respect to x from x is equal to alpha to x is equal to alpha plus 2 pi. Then we get integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi fx dx is equal to 1 by 2 A naught integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi dx plus integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi, this term as it is within the bracket summation a n cos n x now dx plus integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi, this term as it is summation b n sin n x dx. Now, solve these integrals. We have infinite integrals here, we have infinite integrals here. So, using 1 and 2 which we have already evaluated, integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi cos n x dx is equal to 0 and integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi sin n x dx is equal to 0. So, using these two integrals we obtain 1 by 2 A naught and this integral is x, and using these limits alpha plus 2 pi minus alpha, this alpha and this alpha cancel. All these integral values 0 by virtue of this 1, all these integral values is 0 by virtue of 2. So, by integrals 1 and 2 we obtain this value 0 and this value 0. So, we obtain after simplification A naught pi. So, from this calculate the value of A naught. So, A naught is equal to 1 over pi integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi fx dx. This one is a required formula for evaluating the value of A naught. Similarly, we can determine the coefficient A n for n is equal to 1, 2, 3. So, for evaluating A n, multiply each side of 1, this expression 1, multiply each side of 1 by cos n x and integrate with respect to x from x is equal to alpha to x is equal to alpha plus 2 pi. Then we get integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi fx cos n x dx. So, multiply each side of 1 by cos n x. So, this cos n x fx as it is equal to 1 by 2 A naught integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi cos n x dx plus integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi summation a n cos n x as it is cos n x dx plus integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi within the bracket terms as it is summation b n sin n x cos n x dx. Now, by integrals 1, 3, 4, 5 and 6, we obtain this integral is 0, this integral is 0. When you solve this integral, we get infinite number of terms. First term is a1 cos 1x cos nx, and that one is 0, a2 cos 2x cos nx, that one is 0. So, non-zero value is a n cos nx cos nx means cos square nx dx, and that value is pi. So, a n as it is and that integral value is pi and all other integral values 0, and this integral we get infinite number of terms means infinite number of integrals, and each integral when you solve you will get 0. So, from this we can evaluate the value of a n. So, a n is equal to 1 over pi integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi f x cos n x dx. So, in this way you can evaluate the value of a n. Similarly, you can determine the coefficient b n for n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. So, multiply each side of 1 by sin n x and integrate with respect to x from x is equal to alpha to x is equal to alpha plus 2 pi. Then we get integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi f x as it is sin n x. So, multiply this sin n x. So, sin n x dx is equal to 1 by 2 a naught integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi sin n x dx plus integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi this term as it is sin n x dx plus integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi bracket term as it is sin n x dx. Then by using integrals 2, 5, 6, 7 and 8 we obtain this, the value of this integral is 0. We have infinite number of integrals and the value of every integral is 0. Then here we have infinite number of integrals. So, first integral is b1 sin n x, b1 sin 1x sin n x that value is 0, b2 sin 2x sin n x that value is 0, but non-zero value we have obtained bn sin n x means sin square n x and that value is pi, that value is pi. So, bn as it is and the value is pi. So, the value of bn is equal to 1 over pi integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi f x sin n x dx. So, in this way you can evaluate the value of bn. Thus, a naught is 1 over pi integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi f x dx. A n is 1 over pi integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi f x cos n x dx. B n is 1 over pi integral alpha to alpha plus 2 pi f x sin n x dx. And these formulae of a naught, a n, b n are known as Euler's or Fourier-Euler formulae. And the coefficients a naught, a n and b n are known as Fourier coefficients of f x. So, ultimately in this whole chapter we have developed a Fourier series of the given function and in every problem we have to evaluate the values of a naught, a n and b n and substitute in the required Fourier series. We obtain finally the Fourier series of the given function. So, one question arises here, what is the significance of the coefficient a naught? So, we know a naught is an additive constant, that is changing it results in a shift of the graph in y direction and furthermore a naught over 2 is the mean value of the function, mean value of the function represented by the series taken over the interval 0 to 2 pi. So, let us consider one very simple example, develop a Fourier series of this function. Function is very simple, f x is equal to x, f x is equal to x in the interval 0 less than x less than 2 pi. So, within this interval 0 to 2 pi we have to develop a Fourier series of this function f x is equal to x. So, let us consider this one is the Fourier series f x is equal to 1 over 2 a naught plus summation n 1 to infinity a n cos n x plus b n sin n x, summation side outside this bracket with the required Fourier series. But here f x is equal to x. So, we have to develop a Fourier series of x is equal to a naught over 2 plus summation a n cos n x plus b n sin n x. So, purpose is to evaluate the value of a naught, a n and b n. So, first calculate the value of a naught. A naught is 1 over pi integral 0 to 2 pi f x dx. The value of f x is x. Okay. So, integral 1 over pi integral 0 to 2 pi x dx. Solve this simple integral, you will get 2 pi. So, the value of a naught is 2 pi. Similarly, calculate the value of a n. A n is equal to 1 over pi integral 0 to 2 pi, interval we have given 0 to 2 pi. So, 0 to 2 pi f x cos n x dx, and the value of f x is x. So, x cos n x dx. Now, solve this process, solve this integral, you will get 0. So, when you solve in small steps, okay, solve this part separately and then move further, okay, you will get 0. Now, calculate Bn. Bn is 1 over pi 0 to 2 pi f x sin n x dx. So, f x is x, okay, x sin n x dx. Solve this whole integrals, okay, and finally, we obtain minus 2 over n. So, when you solve this integral, you will get minus 2 over n. So, the value of Bn is minus 2 over n. So, substitute all these three values, the values of a naught, the values of a n, the values of Bn in the given Fourier series. We obtain f x is equal to 1 by 2 pi plus summation a n is 0. So, 0 plus minus 2 over n Bn sin n x. Just simplify this equation, we obtain f x is equal to pi minus 2 summation n 1 to infinity sin n x over n. So, this one is the required Fourier series. So, you can write Fourier series in expanded form by putting 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay. One more problem. Prove that x square is equal to pi square over 3 plus 4 summation n 1 to infinity minus 1 power n cos n x over n square, and desired range of the values is minus pi less than x less than pi, and hence show that this expression and third one. So, first develop a Fourier series of this function. So, we can ask this problem like this way: develop a Fourier series for the function f x is equal to x square in the interval minus pi less than x less than pi, and hence show these three expressions. So, in this problem you have to evaluate a naught, a n, b n and substitute in the Fourier series expression, we obtain finally this series. And from this series develop these three expressions. So, let us consider we have this type of series: f x is equal to x square is equal to a naught over 2 plus summation a n cos n x plus summation b n sin n x. Purpose is to evaluate a naught, a n and b n. So, first calculate a naught. 1 over pi integral minus pi to pi f x dx, but f x is x square. Solve this integral. Okay. So, when you solve this integral, you will get 2 pi square over 3. When you solve this integral, we obtain 2 pi square over 3. Similarly, calculate the value of a n. A n is 1 over pi integral minus pi to plus pi f x cos n x dx. So, f x is x square cos n x dx. Now, solve this whole integral, okay, step by step, and finally, you will get the value of a n is 4 times minus 1 power n divided by n square. So, from this term minus 1 power n means first term is minus negative, second term is positive, third term is negative, fourth term is positive, like this. So, the value of a n is 4 minus 1 power n divided by n square. Similarly, calculate b n. The formula for evaluating Bn is 1 over pi integral minus pi to plus pi fx sin nx dx, and fx is x square, and again solve this whole process, whole integral, finally you will get 0. So, Bn is equal to 0. Then substitute all these values of a naught, an and bn in the given expression of Fourier series. So, function is fx equal to x square, and expression for Fourier series is x square is equal to a naught over 2 plus summation an cos nx plus summation bn sin nx. Now, substitute all these values. We obtain x square is equal to 2 pi square over 3 into 2 plus summation n 1 to infinity 4 minus 1 power n over n square cos nx plus 0, because bn is equal to 0. So, no cosine terms, no sine terms, we have only cosine terms. So, x square is equal to pi square over 3 plus 4 times summation minus 1 power n over n square cos nx. So, this Fourier series contains only cosine terms, not sine terms. Reason is Bn is equal to 0. So, this one is the required Fourier series for this function within the period of minus pi to plus pi. Now, we have 3 important results. So, we have given this series now. So, using this series, show these expressions 1, 2 and 3. So, first expression, summation 1 over n square is equal to pi square over 6, 1 over n square. So, by putting x is equal to pi, we can obtain. Okay. So, by putting x is equal to pi in the given equation, we obtain x is pi. So, pi square is equal to pi square over 3 plus 4 times, write this bracket term, 1 over 1 square plus 1 over 2 square plus 1 over 3 square plus 1 over 4 square and so on, expanded form, write in expanded form. Now, simplify this whole expression. Okay. So, when you simplify this whole expression, you will get 1 over 1 square plus 1 over 2 square plus 1 over 3 square plus 1 over 4 square plus and so on, and that one is equal to pi square over 6, and in compact form we can write summation 1 over n square is equal to pi square over 6. So, which is the required result. So, by putting x is equal to pi, we obtain first expression. Now, how can we evaluate second expression? By putting x is equal to 0. So, by putting x is equal to 0 in 1, we obtain 0 is equal to pi square over 3 plus 4 times, and put x is equal to 0, and by putting n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on, we get this bracketed terms. We obtain infinite terms. Simplify this whole expression, we obtain summation minus 1 power n minus 1 divided by n square is equal to pi square over 12. So, by substituting x is equal to pi, we obtain expression number 1, and by substituting x is equal to 0, we obtain second expression. Now, question is, how can we evaluate third one? So, one we have given this, second we have given this. So, adding both the results 1 and 2. So, when you add 1 and 2, we obtain this bracket term first one plus this bracket term second one is equal to pi square over 6 plus pi square over 12. Now, simplify this one. So, when you simplify, we obtain 1 over 1 square plus 1 over 3 square plus and so on is equal to pi square over 8, and in compact form this bracketed term can be written as, summation 1 over 2n minus 1 whole square is equal to pi square over 8, which is the required result. So, today we have discussed applications of Fourier series, then definition of Fourier series, and after that we develop Euler's formulae, then we solved 2 examples, simple examples. So, next time we will discuss conditions for a Fourier expansion. Not every function can be developed as a Fourier series, but most of the function which occur in engineering can be developed as a Fourier series. Now, question is, what are the conditions? What are the necessary conditions for the development of the Fourier expansion? And those conditions are known as Dirichlet conditions. And in next lecture, we will also discuss functions having points of discontinuity. Now, observe, when we evaluate Euler's formula, means when we derive the values of a naught, a n, b n, we assume that function is continuous within that interval, means function is continuous in the interval of 0 to 2 pi. But what happened when function have points of discontinuity? Suppose in 0 to 2 pi, at x is equal to pi, we have a point of discontinuity. Then how can we develop a Fourier series where function have more than one point of discontinuity or even single point of discontinuity? So, we will discuss in the next topic. Thank you very much.